And we are live Thursday night. One more work day, boys. One more work day. Wits and wagers. Full panel tonight. We're going to have possibly two more people coming on. I'm going to start with Mr. Siciliano. Are the nerves kicking in yet about Saturday's game against Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss?
Absolutely not. That's number one. Number two, there is no more work days for Mr. Siciliano.
We envy you.
He paid his dues.
We envy you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to bring in one of our guest panelists, right? Mr. Joey Clemens is coming on in.
Okay. Get
Hey, what's
Mr.
up,
Clem
Joey?
set up. What's up, Joey?
Joey's just got to set up for a second. He's got to get connected to his audio, and then we're good.
I'm going to go to Mr. Carson Shear. How are you, my friend?
I'm great, Kurt. Always a pleasure to be on your show with you guys every week.
What do you mean? Our show. You're part of it. By the way, Carson, I got to show you what one of the interns is working on. I'm not going to show you until it's done, but you're going to like it. You're part of it. It's a nice little thing. Once she's done, I'm going to post it up. We're going to make the show look a little better, but you're gonna like it. That's all I'm going to say.
Awesome.
Joey Clemens is with us, Kurt.
Carson, I got a question for you. Did you get your shirt yet?
So I was going to lead to that. So Christmas
Wait,
came early.
yeah, we got a surprise for you, sis. We got a surprise for you. But go to Joey Clemens first, Kurt. Go to Joey Clemens first.
I'm very psyched.
Joey Clams, what's up, my friend?
Free craps, AC Ducey. How are you?
There he is, baby. There he is.
Legend himself.
What's going on? By the way,
it's simple. Got a surprise for both you and Sis, and Carson, take it away.
So, yeah, guys, Christmas came early. I've been waiting very patiently for this. But you guys can see I'm rocking
That's
the
awesome.
T-shirt right here.
Oh, my God.
Then he sent me a big package here. He sent me all kinds of goodies. He sent me some more T-shirts. I got the mask. He hooked it all up. And, I'm ready to go now. So now I got my gear for now.
Now, Carson, it's my turn. Because a few weeks ago, Kurt, you made a bet with Carson and I with Iowa State and Iowa, so you owe us some crumb cake, and I'm not going to hold my breath for that because
too much work in the neck.
the local bakery is closing soon for the winter.
By the time they get back, it'll be too late. Almost like 10 o'clock at night.
That's a little. I gotta give you.
Joey, I had to mute you. You had your audio on.
Okay.
You good right now?
He should be
You're
back.
good now.
Okay. So, Kenny, I give you credit. Congratulations, Carson. You finally got the T-shirts 19 months later, but hey, finally.
Now we got to wait for the crumb cakes. Now it's crumb cakes turn.
All right, I will do that. And Joey Clams, I want to do this. We did this a couple nights ago. We did it on our high school show. We also did it last night, but one of our good friends sadly passed away, Coach H. I know you were good friends with him. Coached your daughter in softball. So, again, this whole week we've been doing a little dedication to Coach H. We're going to work on something on the high school side for him next week. But, I just want to give you a second to anything for Coach H, Joe.
Yeah, I met Coach H about 12 years ago. My daughter played for the Pride. That's a club team out in northern New Jersey. And she played for Coach Anthony Lareza, who unfortunately he passed away too. And at a young age of 50, he was a man and a half. And him and H coach, those were my two first softball coaches because she was a baseball player. And H was a great guy. He recruited her, and she went to Immaculate Conception of Lodi, where he built a winning team, a foundation from the ground up, and he wound up winning 7 state titles in a row, and my daughter was part of 4 of them. And he bring a lot of good talent there, like Andy LaPica and Sarah Peening, who is now the head coach there. But H was a great friend. Anytime I needed help, he was there. He was a phone call away, a drive away. He was a great guy, and he's going to be missed. He built that program up, and everybody loved him. He was an inspiration.
Absolutely.
He was, So we're going to go further with on next week. So I'll save a little more for that.
All right, thank you. I just wanted to let you get the word because, like I said, again, this show's for Coach H. We're going to work on something on the high school show, Jen and I. But I just wanted to, give you a second or not to mention Coach H. So.
Yes.
All right, boys, are we ready to make some picks for the week?
Yeah, we're going to do some college picks, Kurt, and then roughly 6:20, 6:30, we're going to bring in one of our good friends from the Rocky Mountain Sports Report, Jerry Murr, is going to be our guest NFL picker this evening.
Okay.
And he's going to come in for the NFL picks roughly 6:20, 6:30. I have our college records, guys. I've been doing my homework. I'm going to post this each week. Mr. Siciliano is leading the way in college. We don't have a guest picker for college, so this is just the four of us. Mr. Siciliano is leading the way at 20-12. Wow. Kurt, Carson, and myself, 19-13. We're right on your tail, sis. We're right on your tail.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. You can't touch me. I'm the ace when it comes to this.
Okay, let's see. Hey, first comment from our good friend Henry Zimenoff. He's going to talk a little NFL. We're going to pick this game in about roughly 15 minutes, Kenny. But he's saying, could Jacksonville finally win a game, or will they jinx it or have too much confidence against the Bengals? We'll get into that pick in a couple of minutes, but I think a lot of people on this panel are going to go with the Bengals. But all right, so let's do this. Tonight, you know what I love about this, guys? Right out of the gate, I put Kenny's back against the wall with hoops yesterday about food, and I'm doing it tonight. Tonight, 7:30, Kenny's Miami Hurricanes against Hoops' Virginia Cavaliers. It's at Miami. I'm going to start with Joey Clams. Miami is a 4.5-point favorite. Who do you like tonight?
Oh boy, you really got to hold your nose with this game, and I don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm gonna take Miami and lay the 4.5 for the show. But I wouldn't walk up to the window and bet this team. But I'm gonna take them for the show. I'm gonna take Miami minus the 4.5. They're at home.
Yep. I'm sorry, Joe.
No, they're at home, and they got to win a game. But Manny Diaz is having a hard time down there. I don't think he's the answer. He's walking the plank.
Sis.
I disagree, unfortunately. All due respect. Miami's quarterback is hurt. Jenny Hoop's team wins this game hands down.
Carson.
Yeah, I'll echo Sis's words. I faced Miami a couple weeks ago with my Spartans, and we kind of took care of business down there. And I don't think Virginia – we'll have too many issues here. I'm going to go with Jenny Hoops and the Cavaliers tonight.
I'll let Kenny go last. I don't like this game either. I agree, Joe. I don't like it. I would just take Virginia because I would get 4.5 points. I don't trust Miami. I think Miami still might win 3-point thing, so I would just take the points, but I don't like this game at all. Kenny, what about your boys tonight? You going with them or going against them?
Yeah, but reluctantly going to take them in later points. Like Joey Clam said, I wouldn't go up to the window with your money, Kurt, to bet this game. But I'm going to reluctantly take Miami with the points.
Henry's saying, talking about Colorado, saying they need a miracle win to finally win their first conference title in 20 years. And then he's also mentioning the Broncos. And we're going to get, by the way, Hoops picked in a pool. She picked the Baltimore Ravens over the Broncos this week. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
No, I'm not surprised at all.
Can you imagine that? All right, so let's get to.
I'm not surprised.
Let's get to Friday night, and this is upset alert all over the board. I'm going to start with Kenny on this. Number 5 Iowa going to Maryland. Both teams are 4-0. Iowa's a 3.5-point favorite. Kenny, you're taking the outright upset in Maryland?
I want to, but Iowa's my darlings this year, so I'm going to go Iowa. Again, reluctantly picking this one, but I could see upset special. But when a team, when you get a lot of, this isn't going to catch up on a lot of people, so this isn't going to be my upset. Everybody's picking this as an upset, so I'm going to go Iowa, covering the spread, making a statement.
Kenny, I'm with you too. I think a lot of people are going to, this is the upset, Friday night on the road. You know what? Iowa. Coach Breslin saying Iowa, no upset. I agree. I'm going to go with Iowa too. Real quick before I go, Coach Breslin did comment today. He did say, what's up, guys? Nice win, Carson. We had our chances but made some mistakes. Upset special Arkansas last week. Who is it this week? And he said, finally, thank goodness that you finally got your shirts.
Breslin as part of this panel. He's picked 2 upsets in a row, 2 weeks in a row. He had his upset special. We need to get Coach on.
I know.
On this panel.
You know what? Let's go to Joey Clams. Iowa laying 3.5, or are you taking the points from Maryland?
Well, Iowa's identification has always been the defense and playing hard and hitting you hard. I'm going with Iowa. They're going to make you play ugly, and it's going to be an ugly game, but at the end, they're going to come out the winner.
Defense
Iowa
travels,
Hawkeyes are going to cover the spread. That's a small play on me.
Defense travels, Joe. Defense travels,
That's right.
Baby. Sis, does defense travel? You with Iowa?
Again, Joey Clams nailed it. Iowa's defense, Maryland can't play with them. End of story.
Carson, you sweeping the board?
This is my upset. I'm going Maryland all the way here. I can't pronounce it. It's Tua's brother. He's a stud. He's doing really well. Yeah, the wide receiver core on Maryland is legit. Their passing game looks really well this year. Iowa struggled against Colorado State at home last week, but they pulled out a win towards the end. But I'm going to go with Maryland Friday Night Lights. I think if Maryland wins this game, they're in the top 15. They're going to jump like crazy, and they become 5-0. So definitely, I'm going Maryland here with the outright upset.
And Henry saying that the Rams were so close to pulling off the biggest upset winning franchise last week against Iowa. Staying to Friday night, another good game. I'll start with Sis. Number 13 BYU is 4-0 at number 3-1 Utah State. BYU is an 8.5-point favorite. Sis, where you want to go?
Take the points.
I'm with you. I'm going to take Utah State too. I think if you could take a touchdown, I would take the touchdown. So I'll go with you, and I'll take Utah State too. Joey.
Yeah, I took BYU in this game. I laid 8. I had Utah State last week, and they shot themselves in the foot on every play, and they're just sloppy. And they outgained Boise State, and they still lost. They couldn't even cover the 10.5. I think BYU is better than Boise State, and they're a 10.5-point favorite. I'm laying the points with the Cougars.
Kenny.
I had BYU last week, and I watched them play no defense in the second half against South Florida. 8.5 is way too many points. I'm going to take Utah State, but BYU squeaking out another victory to stay undefeated.
And Carson.
Yeah, I would just go Utah State with points here. I think BYU, just because they had Zach Wilson last year, they still kind of stayed afloat in the top 25. I think they're a little overrated. Kenny kind of hit it on the head there. They did not really play too much defense last week. But I would go Utah State with the points here.
All right, we're going to start this off with Mr. SEC, and that's Mr. Siciliano. We get to the big boys on Saturday. Number 8, Arkansas at number 2, Georgia. Georgia is a whopping 18.5 points, Sis. Are you taking the 18.5 and running, or are you going to lay it with Georgia in a
Georgia has no business being an 18.5-point favorite over this team. That's all I'm going to say.
So you're going Arkansas.
Well, I just said it.
Amari's checking in with us. He's saying hello.
So, Amari.
Carson.
Yeah, I think Sis kind of nailed it. Georgia, 18.5. Arkansas, they beat Texas A&M. They jumped in the rankings. I think they jumped like 5 or 6 spots since last week. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Arkansas with the points. I think Georgia gets it done. They're home, but they've been having some quarterback struggles recently, so I'm gonna go Arkansas points, 18.5 easy.
Yeah, I agree. I think without a doubt Georgia wins. I think they both play good defense. It's going to be hard to score on this Georgia defense. They're phenomenal. Amari's saying Arkansas. I'm going to take Arkansas with the points. I have no doubt, though, Georgia wins. But 18.5 points with them, I would take that. Joey.
Yeah, like what Carson says, the quarterback situation over there hasn't been really that good. And Arkansas's defense, they hit, they're fast, they're all over the place. They're like kamikazes out there. I'm going to take the points with the Razorbacks. Go Hogs.
Kenny.
I'm with you guys. I'm taking the points here. I think it's just way too many for a team that physical. Like Clams just said, their defense. I get Georgia's been blowing everybody out, but this is their toughest test by far because we all see what Clemson's doing over in the ACC. So this is going to be a physical battle for them. This Arkansas defense is going to come to show up. Arkansas is gonna play. So give me the points all day.
All right, the next game, Omari's number 14 team in the country, 4-0 Michigan at 1-2 Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a 1.5 point favorite. I'll start this, and Omari, shut your computer right now because Wisconsin's going to win this game. You know, and I heard today, listening to the Bear and Stanford Steve in a podcast, and he made a great point. 4 first downs. I want to say 2 or 4 first downs in the second half. Rutgers and Chiano, Sis talked about it the other day. They shut that down. And more than anything, this is it for Wisconsin. This is their season. They still only have one Big Ten loss. So, you know, I think they blew that Penn State game. This is, I think, they're going to come, this is their comeback game. They're going to make it, payback. I'm going Wisconsin, outright upset, laying the 1.5. Carson.
Yeah, I'm with you. You know, it's weird because Michigan, 75% of their playbook that they've run this year is all runs. I'm not a big guy in Cade McNamara. I haven't really seen the arm talent yet on the field. It's just been all run plays for the most part. You guys thought I was crazy, but Coach Breslin and I were on to you guys. They only lost by 7 to Michigan, and I think it's going to come up with them. They're traveling to Wisconsin. They're hungry. They lost to Notre Dame last week. I think they're going to come out fighting. Graham Mertz, though, he has been struggling at the quarterback position, but I think Wisconsin, don't let their record deceive you. They're going to win this game.
Amari saying this game scares me, but I'm going Michigan by 10. Coach Breslin saying, here it is, Kenny. Upset special. He's taking Wisconsin. Kenny, where are you going to go?
I'm going to unfortunately disagree with you guys here. I've been thinking this Michigan team's been overrated, but they haven't trailed at all this year. And to me, if a team hasn't trailed at all this year, sign me up with Michigan. Wisconsin showed me they can lose games every which way, and they'll find another way to lose on Saturday. Michigan stays undefeated.
Sis.
Remember what I'm saying right now, and Nick Saban taught me this even before I knew it. They put the best players on defense. Wisconsin's defense is going to eat up Michigan. That's all I got to say.
And I'm going to say, Sis, you made a great point because Jim Leonard is going to be a head coach, right, Carson? That's your coach?
Absolutely.
He's going to be a head coach soon, man. That guy's insane defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Joey, you on us with the Wisconsin bandwagon, or are you jumping with Kenny to Michigan?
The only Wisconsin's got 2 losses, and the teams they lost to was themselves. They had Penn State beat. Yep. They vomited. They gave up 31 points against Notre Dame, and they outplayed them. But I'm going to go with Wisconsin, win by a field goal at home, like you said with Coach Leonard there. He's going to. This is their season, right?
This is it.
I'm going with the Badgers.
No doubt. Yep.
They're going to be favored by game time by 1.5. It's going to flip.
Okay, here we go. Another big one, and I know Mr. Beelan wants to talk about this one, but 2:30. Number 7, Cincinnati at number 9, Notre Dame. Cincinnati right now is a 1.5 point favorite. Joey Clams, start us off.
You know, I've been on the Cincinnati bandwagon and I've been waving that flag. And I'm gonna go with Cincinnati. They're gonna go in there and beat them. Notre Dame, they got lucky to win a lot of games. Everything's been close. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. They're gonna beat Notre Dame in South Bend.
Carson.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better. I'm going to go with the Bearcats. Luke Fickell's done a great job. Again, Notre Dame. I think Cincinnati's a better team overall. Their defense looks really well. I'm going to go with the Bearcats here.
I'm going to jump in and I'm going to disagree. And Kenny knows I am not the biggest Notre Dame fan around, but I am going to say this, and I'm going to say this: if the quarterback plays and he's healthy, we know he's injured. Like, it's up in the air, but supposedly he's going to play. But I'm going to go on the assumption that he's going to play. But Cincinnati at Indiana, you know, that game it was a 14-point victory for Cincinnati, but Cincinnati could have got blown out of that game early at Indiana. This game is at Notre Dame. Notre Dame coming off a big win versus Wisconsin. I don't know. Again, this is a college football. It's a playoff game. The loser's going to be out. The winner's going to have a shot to go forward. But I am going to go with Notre Dame and take them at home. Sis.
Ask just one question. You're going with Notre Dame.
Yes.
Why Cincinnati favorite?
Because I think they want everybody to jump on Cincinnati.
Nah, that's a weak excuse. All good.
Where you going? Cincinnati?
Let me tell you something. They're not. They're going to light them up. Light them up. Mark what I'm telling you.
Kenny.
Echoing Sis's words, and they want you to take Notre Dame.
That's absolutely. Thank you.
That's why Notre Dame's the underdog. And here's my bold statement: Cincinnati wins this game. Dark horse for Heisman is Rattler, the quarter. Not Rattler. Their quarterback over there in Cincinnati. Rittler.
Okay. And now we get to 3:30. Number 12, 3-0 Ole Miss at number 1 Alabama, 4-0. I'm gonna go on this. Everyone's gonna look and say, but Ole Miss scores 58 points a game. You're gonna give them 14? I'm calling it now, sis. Matt Staffiero saying how it's going, gents. How is it, Matt? I'll tell you this, sis.
Hello, Matt.
Sis, don't buy it. Alabama doesn't punt in the first half. It's going to get ugly. It's going to be ugly, early, often, ugly. I just think Alabama last year, they put up a lot of points on Saban. Saban's going to rip into this team. They had a cakewalk preseason game last week. The defense is going to be ready, but the offense is just going to run it right down Ole Miss's throat. I'm going to say this is going to be at least a 24-point victory for Sis. At least, maybe more. Sis, no sweating. Alabama lay to 14.5. Kenny.
Talked to Sis about this earlier. I'm going to go Ole Miss, but Bama's definitely going to win this game. But this is going to be one of them games that's 42-21 in the fourth quarter, and Saban's going to, 3 or 4 minutes left. Saban's going to sit some of the defensive guys, and Kiffin's going to score a late touchdown to get the backdoor cover. The hook is going to burn people here. So give me Ole Miss with the 14.5.
Amari saying Bama and Matt saying Bama, even though, what's his name? Corral is the top 3 quarterback in my opinion. Joey Clams.
Alabama is a first half ATS against the spread cashing machine. They covered the first half, and I think the last 13, 14 games. But I'm going to take for the whole game. That's all I'm going to first half. I'm going to take Alabama in the first half. But for the game, I'm going to take the points with Mississippi for the backdoor cover.
Carson.
Yeah, I'm going to echo you, Kurt. I think Alabama's going to do it both ways. They're going to cover the 14.5. I would be shocked if Ole Miss got to be even close within like 7-3, anywhere in that range points wise. I think Alabama controls the entire game, the entire tempo. They're back home after they barely got by Florida, but they got out alive, and I think Saban's gonna he's just gonna roll right over them.
And Mr. Siciliano.
Again, it's a new week. It's the same story every week. Everybody wants to see Alabama get beat. I don't care what the point spread is. As long as we win by 1 point, that's all I care about.
But if you had to, would you say Alabama would cover?
I'm not getting into that.
Okay,
you're not getting an answer out of me. Sorry.
You're like me. You're like me with Denver. I understand.
That sounds like a nervous person going into this.
No, he's not nervous.
No.
He's not nervous.
You might be nervous tonight with Miami against Virginia. I'm not nervous against Ole Miss.
Hey, Coach, put your big boy pants on. Make a pick.
No. No way.
He won't do it, Joe. He won't do it. All right, here we go.
No,
Sis, well, then you know what? You got to make a pick on this one first. Number 3,
All
Oregon is going to Stanford. Oregon is a 7.5-point favorite at Stanford. Who do you like?
I would take Oregon on money line. No points.
You know what, sis? I'm exactly with you. because I don't trust them on the road. Stanford's a kind of a team that if they get their run game going, that's where Oregon on the road sometimes falls apart. Oregon's definitely the better team. I think Oregon wins, but I would be like with Sis. Money line Oregon, but I'm not taking, I would take points with Stanford. Joey.
You're going to have to lay like 220 on the money line.
I would put him, I would put him in part of a parlay is what I would do. That's what I would do.
I'm taking Oregon to win by at least 14, 2 touchdowns, the Ducks. The conservative coach of Stanford, he runs and punts. That's what he's going to keep it a close game. Too many weapons with Oregon, and their defense is really good up front. They're gonna get to Stanford. Oregon's gonna cover.
Carson.
Yeah, I'm going with Oregon and the Ducks as well. I think they've been dominant all year. You saw what they did, and they got their noise really loud when they beat Ohio State on the road, and I think they're going to cover easily against Stanford.
Sis. I'm sorry, Kenny, sorry.
Kenny, you came to me, yep. Mm-hmm.
I got burned with Oregon last week, another team that played no defense. I just think they play down to their opponent. I think they show up for this game. I'm going to take Oregon big.
Okay. We got a couple more. We got 3 more college ones. Let's get through this before we get to the pros. We're going to go with a little Big 12 action. Oklahoma, not impressive Oklahoma. Number 6 in the country at K-State, laying 11.5. Kenny.
I was in Atlantic City, and I had a little money line wager on West Virginia last week for me and Carson, and we got burned at the end.
Yeah.
But that West Virginia team was physical, easily covered to 17, so hit that one. Or Oklahoma right now, especially on the road, is not 10 points better than anybody. Sign me up with K-State at home, fired up crowd. K-State might even pull off the outright upset in this game. So sign me up with Kansas State.
Sis.
Kansas State with the points.
Joey.
Yeah, Kansas State gives people a tough time in Manhattan. But I'm going to go with Oklahoma to pull it out at the end. I think it's a wake-up. It's time for them to wake up. It's do or die right now if they want to be considered for that playoff format at the end of the year. So I'm going to go with Oklahoma to cover by 2 touchdowns.
Okay. I'm a little torn on this one, to be honest with you. I think Oklahoma is hands down the better team, but I do agree with Kenny where that place is going to be fired up. But I just think the talent, I'm going to change my pick again, but I think the talent is too much. And, 11.5 isn't, 21.5. So the 2 touchdown windows there. I'm going to go with Joey. I'm going to go Oklahoma minus the 11.5. Carson.
Oklahoma, you know who they remind me of? A lot like Notre Dame. Notre Dame, obviously a high-ranked team, but they've been getting by teams barely. They took care of Wisconsin, but the previous games they barely got by. You look at Oklahoma, what they did. Barely got by Nebraska by a touchdown, barely got by West Virginia. They have to travel on the road to Kansas State. Boys, I'm going with the outright upset. Give me Kansas State over Oklahoma. I think
boy, Carson.
Henry Zimenoff, the Pac-12 needs to stay more competitive or Colorado sabotage their chances of making the playoff. Not on purpose, by the way. The Pac-12, is their only hope, the Pac-12 only hope is that Oregon, Kenny, to get in? College football playoff?
Well, was it Kurt? Oregon's got to win?
No, I'm saying is Oregon their only hope, the Pac-12?
Yeah. By the way, Jerry is in our waiting room. I see you there, Jerry. We're almost done with our college picks, and we'll bring you in.
All right, here we go. We got 2 more games. 2 more games. And this is for Coach Breslin. And you know what? I will say this because me and Sis talked off the air, and I want to tip my cap to Coach Schiano because what they did in that second half at Michigan, they looked like they could play with the big boys in the Big Ten. But now, now they're home, and they have a different kind of team coming in, and that's Ohio State. So number 11, Ohio State at Rutgers. Rutgers is getting 15 points at home, Joey Clams. Are you going to take the 15 points?
Yeah, I just hope that Rutgers does some imagination on offense because you can beat this Ohio State defense. I'm going to take Rutgers with the 15 at home.
I totally agree with you. That's so many points. I'm not a fan of Ohio State. On the road, quarterback shaky. The defense can't stop anybody. I'm with you. I don't know if they. I'm not going to pick them Rutgers to win, but 15 points, I'll take that. Carson.
I love Coach Breslin. I love the Rutgers. They gave Michigan a fight last week, but Ohio State is better than Michigan. I know Rutgers is at home. I will take the points with Rutgers, but I think Ohio State's going to win the game.
Sis.
Yeah, Carson just nailed it. I would take Rutgers with the point, but Ohio State will beat them.
And Kenny.
Echo in all your words. Sign me up with Rutgers with the points. Hats off to them if they can pull off the upset. I'll be rooting for them.
But Ohio State wins, in your opinion, Kenny?
A close one. Very close.
Okay. And the last one, my Auburn Tigers that night after getting totally lucky against not good competition last week. They go into Death Valley on a Saturday night, which is going to be an absolute zoo because it's always a zoo there at the night game in LSU. And LSU is a 3.5-point favorite. Kenny, start us up.
Kurt, I know you bleed the blue and orange over there, and you said that Auburn's going to beat either Bama or Georgia. LSU is going to beat Auburn this week.
So
I'm going to take LSU with the points at home. They're going to make a statement this week.
Joey Clams.
Bayou Bengals, LSU all the way.
Carson.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Auburn here. You know, you guys got a really good test against Penn State with the whiteout. You guys kind of held your ground throughout the entire game. So you guys got some preparation when you go to LSU. You're right, Kurt, that is a very, very tough place to win, especially at night there. But I think you guys pull this one off. I'm going to go Auburn.
I'm with you, Carson. You know, I think, you know, you would look and be like, oh, my God, we got to go to LSU. Like, yeah, but you know what? Going in on a whiteout at Penn State was pretty damn tough, and they had every chance to win that game. Obviously, I think they were looking ahead last week. The game didn't, you know, they got it done. But I think the Auburn running game, again, LSU, not been impressed with them. I know they're 3-1, but they really haven't beaten anybody when they played UCLA.
Who's quarterbacking for Auburn?
They don't know yet. They're not 100% sure. The kid Finley replaced Bo Nix. Amari's going LSU. I don't know. I think maybe a little combination of it. I don't know if I want to just give Finley the keys to the car, but I think no matter who's the quarterback, I think they're going to run Bigsby. The kid's just the best back, I think, in the country, and I think Auburn does get it in a tough game. It's a night game. Amari's asking if it's a night game. Yes, it is. Sis.
Again, just my opinion. If Finley doesn't play quarterback, you lose to LSU.
So make your official pick, though.
That is my official pick. I just told you.
So you're going LSU.
If Finley doesn't play quarterback for your boys, Bo Nix, me and you talked about it. Unfortunately, 3 years, he's shown me absolutely nothing as a starter. So that's my take on that.
Okay. So there's our college panel, says Mr. Kirkpatrick.
I'm going to bring in our guest picker. And if we got some time later, I got a couple bonus games, but only if we have time.
Okay.
And Jerry's just got to connect to his audio. Jerry, if you're not familiar with the Zoom, there's an audio button, right, Kurt? Where's he got it?
It should just pop right up on the screen.
And you got a video. If you want to be on video, Jerry, you there with us, Jerry?
I'm here.
Okay, what's up, Jerry?
If you want to be on video, there's a video button there, too. I know this Zoom is confusing.
Yeah, well, hey, Kurt, what's going on?
What's going on, Jerry? 3-0, baby.
How about that?
Let's go. All right, so here we go. Let's get into some NFL action.
Let's introduce Jerry, Kurt. Introduce Jerry to our panel and everybody who doesn't know
Jerry Murph of the Rocky Mountain Sports Reports. Great guys over there, based out from Colorado. I just love talking to them because obviously we talk some Broncos, but these guys don't only just cover Colorado sports, they cover everything. And Jerry, thank you for coming on. And if you want to give a little overview of your shows real quick, Jerry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, Kurt, I really appreciate that. According to this, my video should be working, but clearly it's not.
That's okay. We still hear you.
Yeah. I just now dropped the next podcast, Rocky Mountain Thunder. I try to do a 15, 20-minute weekly thing, and it's been awesome getting to do that with the 3-0 record. I got to get my technology here squared away. Sorry. I got too much noise in the background.
No worries, no worries. Kurt, I got our records for NFL.
Okay.
We're going to give somebody there with the Alabama hat even a bigger head. He is leading the way at 29-19.
Wow.
Carson,
If you know anything about me, Kenny, if you know anything about me, that's not my style. Never been that way.
Sis, I've known you for 20 years. I know you well.
Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater.
I'm messing with you.
By the way, Matt.
Our guest picker
Go ahead, Kenny.
are
Sorry.
27-21, so it's time to catch up to Mr. Siciliano.
So you're telling me tonight I'm leading in college and the NFL. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Wow, look at Cisco.
All right, Kurt, you're up.
By the way, Matt's saying Jerry Murr repping Rocky Mountain Sports Report. So here we go. Let's go tonight. We're going to go game by game. We'll got like 25 minutes to a half hour. Tonight, Jaguars 0-3 at the Bengals, 2-1. Impressive 2-1. Cincinnati is a 7.5 point favorite, sis. Where are you going tonight?
I'm going with Trevor Lawrence tonight. He's going to have a breakout game. That's who I'm going with.
Oh, whew, okay.
Okay.
Joey Clams.
I'm going to go with a wood and nickel up to the win, but I'm going to take the points for the show with Jacksonville. But I did make a play today on a prop bet on Trevor Lawrence over 247.5 yard passing.
That's a good bet.
All right.
That's a real good bet.
Matt's saying Bengals by 9. Amari's saying Bengals. I'm going to go with you two, sis. I think the Bengals win, but I would take the 7.5 points.
Kurt.
So I will take Jacksonville, and I agree with Joey. I think Lawrence is going to have a big night. Jerry, who do you like tonight?
I got to stick with the Bengals. Jacksonville, they've got a decent defense. I just don't think they've got enough firepower offensively to match up with Joey B and Jamar Chase. So Bengals for me.
Okay. Kenny.
I'm going to take Jacksonville with the points. I'm going to give you a bonus one. I know hats off to my friend Brian, who works with me. He hit my Marshall and over parlay last week. I gave on the show on Thursday. I'm going to give you Jacksonville in the over in this one. Take the points, 7.5, and go with the over in the total.
And Mr. Carson.
I'm going to go Jacksonville here. It's just kind of a do or die situation for Jacksonville. Obviously they've been struggling. They're 0-3. I think Urban Meyer, he kind of gets it together. Trevor Lawrence echoes Sis's words of a big game.
I like Carson.
But again, Bengals, though, I think they shocked all of us. I think all of us picked the Steelers last week, and they blew out the Steelers. So, they're a really good team at home. But I'm going to go Jacksonville here just for because it's their season pretty much today.
Okay, we're going to work into Sunday's slate. Coach Breslin's Washington football team off a bad defensive performance against Buffalo. They go to Atlanta, who broke Mr. Kirkpatrick, Mr. Siciliano's, and Mr. Rosen's heart last week. The Washington football team is a 1.5 point favorite in Atlanta, Joey Clams. Who do you like?
I'm going to go. I got a best bet in this game, but I'm going to go with Washington with their defensive front. Because Atlanta can't stop anybody in the front line. They can't throw downfield, so there'll be a lot of pressure on them. And one of my best bets is under the 48.5, the total in this game. Washington and Atlanta. I don't see them scoring too many points. And I'm going to take Washington laying the points also.
Yeah, I'm with Joey. I think Coach Breslin's team bounces back. I think their defense embarrassed last week versus Buffalo. They slow down Matt Ryan, and they get their run game. Gibson hopefully can get back on tune. And I will go with the Washington football team. Matt is saying Washington by more than 6. Jerry, you agree with Matt, Washington, or are you going to go Atlanta?
I think it's going to be a little bit closer than that, but definitely too much defense, as bad as Atlanta's looked. So I like Washington by 3.
Okay. Sis.
as bad as Washington's defense looked, I'm gonna go with Atlanta, but I'm very, very, very disappointed in Washington's defense so far.
Great point. Kenny.
I'm going to go with Washington, and I'm going to go more like Matt. I think they're going to win by the 6 or 7 point range. I think Washington's defense will show up finally this week and give Matt Ryan fits over there. And there's just not enough offense. You know, Mike Davis, that don't scare me. And Kyle Pitts hasn't shown the number 6 pick in the draft yet this year. So I'm going to go Washington football team, and their defense wins this game.
Amari
Have they
saying,
have they thrown a pass yet this year?
What was that?
Have they thrown Pitts a pass yet?
Yeah.
Mr. Shear, Carson Shear, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the football team as well. You know, I like what Heineke did on Thursday Night Football, a week ago or so. And, yeah, I'm going to go with the Washington football team, and they need to find a mascot name.
There you go. Hey, Henry's saying, and this is a great point where I didn't even think of this. There's only 5 teams left that have yet to win a game this year. All 5 could end up 0-17, but one of those teams will finally win a game soon. You know, that's not really that many teams after week 3 that there's only 5 left. You know,
I think there's less undefeated teams.
I know, Jerry. I know who one of those undefeated teams are, right?
There we go.
I know who one of them are. All right, next game on the docket here on Sunday. Let me get to the board here. We have the Houston Texans at Buffalo, and Buffalo is a whopping 15.5-point favorite. Sis, would you lay 15?
Should be 25.
So you're going Buffalo.
Woodshed, yep, Woodshed.
Carson.
Yeah, Woodshed again. I think the Bills, they're just going to take it to him. Josh Allen, he could very well have an MVP-like season this year. Got all that money. I'm going to go with the Bills Mafia here.
Joey Clams, would you take 15.5 with the Texans?
Yes, it's the NFL. Old time always told me take a double-digit underdog in the NFL. They're professionals. I crossed this game off my board, but for the show, I'm going to take the Texans plus the 15.5. Just for the show.
Amari's saying in a blowout. But that's the thing, like you're saying, a blowout could be a blowout's a 13-point blowout. You know, like now you got to get more than 2 touchdowns. I agree with Joey on this one. I just think it's crazy amount. You know, you score twice, you score, 17 points. Now you got to put up at least 35 to cover that. I agree. I think Buffalo wins comfortable, but I don't like this game either, but 15.5 points is a lot. So I'm going to go with Joey Clams. Kenny.
Yeah, I'm with you and Clams. You could be up 21 points late in the fourth quarter and you got the backups in and, what happens? The backup defensive players give up a touchdown and you get burned with the points. So for the show, I'll take the Texans. But like Joey said, I ain't betting a wooden nickel on this game.
Right.
Hey, Kurt, one thing quick, too. You always got to look to see who Buffalo is playing next. Like, they got a big lead. They're going to pull everybody. Who's on their schedule next? That's how you can handicap this game.
I'll get it out, Kurt.
Okay, you get it out. And Jerry, what about you?
Hey, I don't know if this is classified information, but Houston was so disappointed with Davis Mills last week that they decided to take a look at grabbing Brett Rippon.
I did hear that about Rippon.
Wow.
Yesterday.
That's crazy.
So, and watching the Texans last week, I don't think Buffalo has any trouble putting 15 up on these guys. So I'll take the spread. I'll take Buffalo, and Houston is not what they looked like in week 1.
Here you go. Joey Clams nailed it. Buffalo travels to Kansas City next week.
Ouch.
There you go. I know who we're rooting for, Jerry. Let's go Buffalo next week, baby. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's
Absolutely.
go. All right,
Go
so
Bills.
we got, listen, there's heartache and there's heartache. And I know this one guy on this panel, Mr. Carson Shear, had heartache last week because his odds of winning that game against Baltimore, not only the 66-yard field goal, the 4th and 19, then the 66-yard field goal. So you got to feel for Detroit and Mr. Carson. But then you could also be a Chicago Bear fan. And I have not heard Matt. I have not heard anybody say the Broncos should have took Justin Fields, because after that disaster last week, I said it last night, Jerry, Justin Fields next year is going to be returning punts and being a receiver, because he is not a starting quarterback in this league. Thankfully, George Payton didn't go near him, because he's going to be a disaster waiting to happen. And I'm going to start this off, and I'm going to take Carson's Lions. Well, who's starting? Do we know who's starting for Chicago this week? They didn't announce.
Right now,
it,
it's Justin Fields.
I think they said Dalton, but they might go Fields late in the second half.
All right,
They swap back and forth like they do with Lance, so they might do that.
If it's Fields, I'm going with the Lions. Fields, seriously, I think he's going to be the worst quarterback in football. They better just snap it to him and let him run. He was 6 for 20 for, what did he have? 40 yards, 60 yards. I mean, that's just insane as a starting quarterback. Tebow was better than that. And he was bad. He's on Tebow's level. But I'm sorry. I just do not like Justin Fields. So thankful that the Broncos did not draft him. I am taking the Lions. Kenny.
Nice.
With you, Kurt, and I'm going to go Lions get their first win of the season. That team's playing hard for Campbell, and they're trying over there. So I think they're going to get that win on the road. They're going to get their first victory on the road this week.
How about Joey?
The Lions, I feel terrible for them the way they've been losing games, but you really can't blame the quarterback, Fields. It's all Nagy. He's a terrible play caller. Even on the sideline, they caught Foles talking and say, what kind of plays is this guy calling? But with Dalton's back in there, I'm going to go with the Bears at home. Dalton's a professional. He knows what he's doing. I'm going to go with the Bears to win at home.
Matt's saying also sacked 9 times. I mean, if Jason Peters is your starting left tackle, you know you're a bad football team. Amari's saying Lions. Sis.
You're all fooling yourselves, obviously, because you're all still learning, and that's good. The Lions beat the Bears hands down.
Nice.
Not even close.
Jerry.
That's my ears, because I want that top 10 pick for the Giants next year.
Yeah, me too.
Well, if Justin Fields plays, you might have the top pick.
You're going to need it.
Jerry, where are you going to go?
The Giants are looking at 0-10, my friend.
I inherited a really bad fantasy football team that missed out on the draft, so I ran out and grabbed Jared Goff. So I need Detroit to play and play up to Jared Goff's potential. The way the Lions played defense against Baltimore, I think that says all you need to know. So Detroit by a lot.
Matt saying Lions by 3. Amari saying Lions be making horrible quarterbacks look like the second coming of Joe Montana. And Carson, are you taking your boys this week?
You know what I am, it's so painful, and this is why I can actually watch a football team in the Rams where they have a legit MVP contender in Stafford this year, because I can enjoy the football. The last 22 years of my life, gentlemen, I've had to suffer time and time again with these Detroit Lions. Now you could say, yeah, well, there was a delay of game penalty. It should have been a 10-second runoff. Listen, you had a 4th and 19 that you couldn't get rid of. Lamar gave all the time in the world, threw the ball across midfield, and then you had to go out on history. Justin Tucker, again, big props to him, and he's the only player in the world that could make that kick. And sure enough, in that situation, he got it done, and he put the dagger in our throat. But I did see a lot of progress from this defense after Green Bay's performance. It was atrocious. I did not like it, and I thought we were going 0-17. Campbell made some moves on the defensive end. We cut a few of our players, and I think we're going to get it done against the Bears. That defense did show me some hope, and I think we're going to be on our right path here. But we still got a long way ahead of us. When you have by the way, Calvin was on the field, and my grandma went to his game, and they were presenting him his Hall of Fame trophy ring, and then Sheila Ford came up to the mic, and the entire stadium erupted in boos. They still owe Calvin $2 million. The Ford ownership is probably one of the worst owners in the history of not just the NFL, but all of professional sports. And I seriously challenge you to name me a worse team in professional sports that has done a horrible job than the Detroit Lions. I want to know.
That's a good point.
Challenge is out for everybody. Next week, we'll see if anybody can come up with a worse team than the Lions, Kurt. We'll do it next week.
I'm not saying one team that's on my wall. I'm not going to say them. But, all right, let's get to this. How about this game? The 3-0 Panthers, sis, at the outright just hot Dallas Cowboys. Sis, Dallas is a 4.5-point favorite.
I still don't believe in Dallas. I'll take the Panthers.
Jerry.
I'm just the opposite of Sis, because I think Dak Prescott, he's already in line for MVP voting. He's firing on all cylinders, as is CeeDee Lamb, as is Zeke's. The defense has looked good. So I think it's Dallas by 7.
Matt's saying Panthers by 9, by more than 9. That defense is nasty. I disagree with him, and I disagree with Sis and Jerry. That's why we're Bronco fans, because we're smart. I totally agree with you. The first week, everybody said Dallas defense is so bad. Dak Prescott threw the ball 53 times. Dallas defense couldn't stop anybody. All of a sudden, Dallas defense is good. Why are they good? Because week 2, threw the ball only 26 times. They ran over 40 times. Kill the clock, kill the possession. Defense stays off the field. Monday night, Dak throws 24 times, 42 rushes. The defense stays off the field. Dallas still has one of the best offensive lines, 2 good backs. And now Dak, when the 8th and the 9th guy have to come into the box because you can't stop the run, Dak goes over the top. Dallas again, and Kenny and Sis and Paul, you guys better be worried, because if Dallas plays with that philosophy of running the ball, you guys are going to have no shot in that NFC East, and Dallas is going to walk to the division championship. I'm with Jerry. I'm going
You
Dallas.
guys are all football guys, right? You're all football guys. The season's 4 weeks old, and you already got Dak Prescott as the MVP. Give me a break.
No way. I wouldn't pick him for MVP. Sis, I would pick you over MVP over him.
Clueless.
Never.
You're clueless.
Never.
Hang on, Sis. Hang on, Sis. Just to kind of support what you're saying, Mike McCarthy may be the worst coach in the NFL right now.
He is.
And Jerry Jones is definitely the worst owner. So
absolutely.
I don't expect him to go to the playoffs, much less the Super Bowl. But this weekend against the Panthers without Christian McCaffrey, I like Dallas all day.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. They're going to go to the playoffs, but they're going to do the usual. They're going to go to the playoffs, and they're going to get beat. It happened last 4 years.
I agree with you, but my point, though, Sis, is Dallas, if they take the ball out of Dak's hands and play running the ball, play a little defense, and run the ball, Dallas can beat a lot of teams, because that's the formula.
Why take the ball out of his hands the way he's playing? That doesn't make any sense.
Because in the playoffs he's going to match up. Because in the playoffs he's going to match up with Brady, match up with Rodgers, and those are mismatches. Dak isn't Brady. Dak isn't Rodgers. So,
I'm not saying he is, but you're saying take the ball out of his hands now.
Yes,
he's playing great, throwing the ball.
That's my opinion. You know how you say that's your opinion? That's my opinion.
Well, and again, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But don't take the ball out of his hands now.
Can the rest of us
throwing the ball? Stupid.
Well, Sis, I think what he's saying is just in doses. A little dose of Dak, a little dose of Zeke, and a little dose of CeeDee Lamb.
No 53 times throwing the ball and being one-dimensional. They will never win like that. Never. Kenny.
Well, after all that, Jerry, just so you know, whenever Dak Prescott's involved,
I get heated.
This show can go 5 hours. That being said, I'm going to go with a dark horse in this game. I'm going Panthers, and it might be more of a prejudice type pick because I'm not a Cowboy fan, but I do like what I'm seeing out of this Panther team, and I do like Chuba Hubbard. I think this kid's was a sleeper pick in this draft. And I think he's going to not put up the numbers that McCaffrey would put up, but enough numbers for Darnold to go 4-0 with the Panthers and looking at a dark horse for MVP in Sam Darnold. So sign me up with the Panthers.
Joey.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of Rocky Mountain there about clueless Mike McCarthy. He looks like when he was looking at the clock, he looks like he's staring at the tree at Rockefeller Center. What are you doing? Call timeout. But the Cowboys is one of my best. Their defense takes a lot of chances, and they're playmakers, and that's a bad matchup for Donald, who is inaccurate with his passing. Cowboys win by 10, 12, 13 points.
Carson.
Yeah, I mean, the Panthers, they're 3-0, but who have they played? They played the Jets, the Saints, and the Texans. This is going to be their first test on the road at Dallas. I'm a big Sam Darnold guy. I can kind of see a little bit of Stafford in him. Got out of a terrible situation in the Jets, and now he's showing what he's got with the Panthers. But I'm going to go with the Cowboys. It's America's team, for God's sakes, and they should finally start to play like it. They got Dak Prescott and Zeke and CeeDee Lamb, all those guys. I'm with you, Kurt, 100%. I would not put Dak in the MVP conversation, but I think they're well-rounded. Than the Panthers. I'm going to go Cowboys here.
Let's go, sis. Me and you on board with the Panthers. Let's go. Me and you.
All right, guys.
Don't try to jump on my bandwagon, bro. I don't play that game.
Kenny, guys, we got like 10 minutes and we got like 8 games. So let's go quick on this one. The Colts, Dolphins. 1.5 Dolphins. Joey, who do you like?
Give me Colts.
Kenny.
They're a mass unit, but I'll take the Colts.
Yeah, I think the Colts get their first win. I'm with Joey.
I'm going Miami. Jerry?
Miami. I think Jacoby Brissett's getting it going.
Sis?
Meaningless game. I'll take Miami.
And Mr. Carson walked away, so I will leave Carson blank for that one. Let's get to the next one where the struggling Kansas City Chiefs have to go to Philly to play the Philadelphia Eagles after the embarrassment on Monday night. Kansas City is a 7-point favorite. Jerry, who do you like?
Kansas City.
I'm with you on that one. I will go Kansas City. Sis?
Kansas City.
Kenny?
Yeah, it's easy for me. I'm going Kansas City. Big bounce back win.
Carson?
I'm going to shock you guys. I'm going to go Philly here at home. I think the Chiefs' struggles continue. And then, by the way, I'm going to go Colts also with this.
Okay.
And for the record, Carson, Colts or Dolphins? Colts. Who's favorite, Kurt?
He just said Colts.
He just said the Colts.
Yeah, I'll go Colts.
He just said Colts.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
gotcha.
Joey Clams.
This is a bad matchup for the Eagles. I'm going Chiefs.
Yeah, I think
this is a get better game for Kansas City.
Okay, very good.
Andy Reid homecoming.
Yeah.
Let's go with another. You know what? Let's get to this one right out of the gate. The New York Giants at the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to start this off so nobody says I'm copying anybody. Sis, Kenny, and Paul, you're going to be happy. You're going to get your first win of the year. You're going to upset the Saints. The Giants are down. The Saints, Winston, I still don't trust them. Take the points. I'm taking your Giants. Your defense is finally going to show up in New Orleans. Giants beat the Saints. Jerry.
Man, I was all over the Saints. I'm going to stay with the Saints this week. But Winston needs to show me that he can improve.
Joey Clams.
Giants are good against the spread on the road, so I'm going to take them. They're good as a road dog. Just for the show, I take the Giants plus the points.
Carson.
Yeah, I'm going to go Giants here.
Sis.
You and Carson better take some sleepy pills. They're going to get blown out. Blown out. And I'm a Giant fan, but I'm realistic. I don't fool myself. They're going to get blown out.
Kenny, are you going against Sis on this as the Giant fan?
I think I have to for us Giant fans. But no, I think the Giants have a legitimate shot because Jameis Winston is quarterbacking for the Saints.
Yeah, okay. Another dreamer.
There's no Michael Thomas catching the balls from Jameis. Mm-hmm. It's Alvin Kamara. So you stop Kamara, you stop the Saints.
And who's catching the balls for the Giants?
That we're going to have
Thank you.
Maybe Tony gets
James Bradbury, Jabril Peppers, and And Dory Jackson, 3
Thank
pick
you.
sixes. They're
Thank
going
you.
to catch him from Jameis Winston.
End of discussion.
All right,
There
let's
is
get to
Tobey.
the other.
Maybe he finally
Let's
gets
get to the other New York debacle. Mr. Beeland's Jets are home against the Titans. Titans are laying 7. Joey Clams.
Oh my God! I mean, I'm a Jet fan. I can't even put them on. It's disgusting. Yeah, I can't even tell. Give me Tennessee.
At least you're being honest. That's
Jerry.
good.
Yeah, I think the Jets defense played well, but it's not a good team.
I'm with you guys. The defense always does play well. They're actually a top 10 defense, but struggling for the rookie. I'll go Tennessee also. Kenny.
Yeah, sign me up with Tennessee. This should be Derrick Henry's going to run all over them.
Carson.
Yeah, Titans by 1 million here.
Sis.
Between the Giants and the Jets, they won't win 14 games combined.
14.
You're not going to win 6.
Exactly. We're being generous.
7-7.
Kurt, I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to take the Jets at home plus 7.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Joey Clams is officially
7-7, my
He's
friend.
officially
Yep.
checking it. Let's go Cardinals Rams. Big 4 o'clock. Rams undefeated. Cardinals undefeated. The Rams are 4.5-point favorite. Kenny.
Rams win, Cardinals cover the spread, backdoor cover.
You know what?
Rams by 3. So I'm going Cardinals with the points.
Says Kenny, I like that. I'm going to go with you. Rams win, but I would take the points with the Cardinals. Jerry.
Yeah, I agree with both of you.
Joey Clams.
I'm going to go with the Rams here. I could see this Rams defense giving Murray, and he'll make a couple of mistakes. So I'm going to go with the Rams to cover by 7.
Okay. Sis.
Upset special of the week. The Rams are good. Murray beats them.
Wow.
Sorry.
Carson.
Yeah, this is probably one of the toughest games on the entire schedule for the Rams. I'm going to go Rams here. I think they barely squeak out a win here, but the Cardinals are a really good football team.
So you would take the Cardinals plus the 4.5, Carson?
I think I would. Yeah, I would
Okay.
take the points in the Cardinals.
All right. Let's get to another pretty decent game this week. The Cleveland Browns, 2.5-point favorites at Minnesota, Jerry.
I don't think it's that close. I think Cleveland deals Kirk Cousins a blow, and Minnesota's going to suffer by about 6.
Joey Clams.
The Vikings offense haven't seen a pass rush like this yet. I'm going with the Browns. That's one of my best bets is the Browns on the best bets.
Sis.
I got a funny hunch. Minnesota's going to beat them.
You know what? I listened to Jerry and I listened to Joey Clams, and I wanted somebody to just give me any kind of hope because in a pool I did, I took the Vikings, and I'm going to take the Vikings at home. You know, I was impressed, especially with Madison combination now. Hopefully Cook comes back. Sis, I'm with you. I think they could upset them at home. If this was in Cleveland,
Yep.
no way, but I think at home. Carson.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. I think Cook's going to be back. I'm going to go Vikings here.
Matt's going Vikings. Amari's going Browns. And Mr. Kirkpatrick.
On Vikings in a high-scoring game in the 30s, but Vikings cover.
Can the Vikings win?
Vikings win, yeah.
Okay, Vikings win.
I hope you guys are right, but
Let's get to another game on the docket at 4:25. There's this team, the Baltimore Ravens, are playing the number 1 defense in football. And I'm not just saying it. They are the number 1 defense statistically in football. Number 1 scoring, number 3 yardage. Baltimore Ravens, right as of this afternoon, were a 1-point favorite in Denver. Kenny, where are you going?
I think I'm going to make you guys in Colorado happy. I think you guys are going to go 4-0. Lamar Jackson is a little more banged up than people are saying. Yeah, we're going to see if he practices tomorrow. If he don't practice tomorrow, he ain't traveling to Denver. But even if he does, his back is bothering him. That's a lingering injury there. I'm going to take Denver with a statement game, 24-17. They win by a touchdown.
All right, Carson.
Yeah, I'm going to go with your Broncos, Kurt. I think the Ravens defense is way too banged up. I will say, though, you got to be careful for Marquise Brown because he dropped everything. He could not catch a pass thrown to him last week. The Lions should have easily lost that game because he would have had 2 more touchdowns in his breadbasket, but he dropped it. But look out for him. But I think you guys cover. I'm gonna go Broncos here, defense for defense.
Joey Clams.
This is one of my best bets. I took the Ravens plus the 2, and now they switched to the favorite. I'm still going to take the Ravens as the best bet. That's what I'm going with Baltimore.
All right, Matt saying.
So even if Lamar doesn't play, Lamar's shaky.
That's a different story, But right now he's not. He's questionable. That means he's going to play.
Matt saying
if he doesn't play, that line's going to go. That line Broncos will be favored by 2.5, 3 now. It's a different game then. It's all about the number. It's not the team.
I love this statement, guys. Matt Staffiero. I'm getting Denver, Carolina 2015 vibes. Denver wants to make a statement. They wanted to also make a statement with Mr. Cam Newton, and they ruined Cam Newton. I'm not going to say they're going to ruin Lamar Jackson, but I'll tell you this. That defense is going to be fired up. Jerry Beelan said that Lamar's going to put up 35 points on us. I think he's smoking some Colorado weed over there, Beelan, on his grass, because they're not going to put up 35 if they played 2 games against us. It's not going to happen. They're not playing, the Cincinnati Bengals this week. It's not happening. Denver beats them at home. Denver shuts the running game down. Denver by 10. Sis.
Yeah, I'm a little confused because a half hour ago, Kenny said that the Ravens were going to beat Denver, and now he's got the slipper on the other foot.
Well, that's Kenny. That's Kenny.
Yeah, but again,
Lamar Jackson.
No. Let me finish. I don't want to hear it. Denver's defense is going to be the difference in this game, Kurt. You're going to win the game.
And
I just want to finish off. I live down here in Maryland. This Lamar Jackson injury is more serious than people are talking about.
But you said a half hour ago that the Ravens were going to
And
beat
if Lamar Jackson doesn't play, I am not betting Hundley as a quarterback against anybody, against the high school.
You said a half hour ago that the Ravens were going to beat them. So I got it on my phone.
And Jerry,
Exactly.
You make the final call, Jerry.
Man, I've been changing that slipper all week long since, Monday Broncos were favored by 1.5, and now today they're underdogs by 1 point. And, I think Vic Fangio gets out coached by Harbaugh, but this Lamar Jackson story is a huge deal. I just dropped that Rocky Mountain Thunder pod, and I said, Wink Martindale, he loves to blitz. Teddy Bridgewater is a blitz beater. He's 19-22 against the blitz.
Absolutely great. Yep.
No picks. So I'm going to be a homer here, Denver Broncos, and I think it could be by 10.
Make sure you friend me on Facebook.
Will do, sis. Will do, bud.
All right, real quick, guys. We got like 2 minutes. Let's get 3 more games. Pittsburgh, a disappointing Pittsburgh and an aging Big Ben go to Green Bay, and we're going to get a good look at our quarterback next year, Jerry, because number 12 is back. And I think number 12 is coming in orange and blue next year. 6.5 point favorite, Packers over Steelers, Kenny.
Sounds like a trap game. I think the Steelers are going to bounce back big in this game. I'm going to take Pittsburgh's defense showing up, and Pittsburgh gets the cover. I don't know if they're going to win. That'd be really bold, but Green Bay's going to win a close one. I'm going to take Pittsburgh with the points.
Kenny, I'm with you. Green Bay wins. Pittsburgh covers. I'm with you. Steelers and the points. Sis.
Again, my opinion, I think the Steelers, I don't know. They're just not playing well, and I don't think they're going to win this week.
So would you lay the points for Green Bay 6.5?
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to tear up that secondary big time.
All right.
He really does.
Carson.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Packers as well here. They had a great showing, phenomenal finish with Mason Crosby against a really good 49ers team. I'm going to go Packers. Keep out, though, for number 15, Cody White on the Steelers. I played basketball with him growing up, so he's on the roster now.
Awesome. Jerry.
You can't lean on Najee Harris every game, and Ben Roethlisberger looks like he's just toast, so Green Bay can cover. Aaron Rodgers looked great last week. I expect that to continue.
That's a great point, Jerry.
Yeah.
And Mr. Joey Clams.
Steelers are usually good as dogs on the road, and Green Bay secondary is their weak spot. And Big Ben can't throw it down the field no more, so I'll lay the 6.5 with the Packers for the show.
Okay.
Not a boy, Clams.
And that does that. There's 2 more games going on. So Clams has the Packers. Sunday night, Mr. Brady comes home to New England. New England is a 7-point favorite. Jerry, I'll start this one with you.
I think Tom Brady, the student becomes the teacher this week.
So you're saying big.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jerry. I think, I just think the matchup, I think Brady's going to, Belichick will throw something at them to slow them down early in the first half. But I just don't like New England's offense. Like, they just don't score. They had trouble against New Orleans. I think Tampa Bay, coming off a bad loss, Brady, they play for Brady. I think it's close, but, maybe a 10 to 13 point victory. I'm going to go Tampa Bay. Joey Clams.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet this game or have a side of it, but I'll take New England plus the points at home.
Sis.
No, I'm not going against Mr. Brady coming back into town. He's gonna tune them up. Yep.
Carson.
Brady's going back to where he started. He's about to pass Drew Brees for all-time passing yards. This is my best bet of the week. Bet the house, Bucks, easy cover over 7 all day long.
Sis, Kenny, you're going with Carson, right?
Yeah, how can you go against Bucks when Patriots haven't looked, good at all on either side of the ball? So, now prime time game. Give me the Bucks. I'm not betting it, but give me the Bucks.
All right, and the last game, the undefeated, is going to be a great game. Monday night, AFC West battle. Raiders undefeated at the Chargers. 2-1. Chargers are a 3-point favorite, Carson.
I'm going to go with the red-hot Raiders here. Justin Herbert, he had a great game last week. Something about the Las Vegas Raiders, though, it's just clicking to me. I'm going to go Raiders here in a mini upset.
Sis.
I agree with Carson. The Raiders are balling. They got a great coach, Gruden. I always liked Gruden, even when he was at Tampa Bay. So yeah, I would say the Raiders. The Raiders are going to surprise a lot of people. Come
Car's
playoffs.
playing well.
Yep,
Kenny.
they really are.
I'm with Carson and Sis. I'm going Raiders here. I like what I see. They can win on the road. They showed it against Pittsburgh. And I think they're going to win their first division matchup against the Chargers here.
I'm going to go against you guys. I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. Chargers can put up points. But if I can lay, you're going to give me Herbert home prime time. It's probably the biggest game they've played in that building in a long time. And I like them. I think it's a good game. I think the Raiders are for real. Kenny, I think both teams are for real. But I'm just going to take the Chargers. I think they're a little better overall. I will lay the 3. And I think the difference is home. So I will take them at home. Clams.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chargers. I think he's going to do some damage to that secondary with the Raiders. So I like Chargers. I like Herbert. I just hopefully that the field goal kicker shows up, or we got to show him the door.
And Jerry.
Hey, the Chargers are coached by another former Bronco coach. I want to be a homer and see the Raiders lose their first game of the season. So I'm going to stick with the Chargers. I think they can get it done. It's going to be a tough game, though.
All right, so those are our games that we covered, Mr. Kirkpatrick.
Okay, then real quick, we just got to do our weekly wagers here. Joey Clams, what's your best bets this week for the audience?
Okay, I got in college, I got Tulsa -3, Texas -4, Georgia Tech +4. And I got I gave you the pros: Ravens, Browns, and Cowboys, and the under 48.5 in the Falcons game. And I got a parlay. It's a underdog parlay on the money line. I got Georgia Tech. I got the Ravens. Hold on 1 second here. One more. Hold on. Go ahead. Go. 1 second.
No problem. Carson, while waiting for Clams, you got
Go ahead.
best money line
One more
play?
time. I'm trying to read my text. Go ahead. I'll come back to you for my parlay on the money line.
I think I think Bucks. I'm gonna be pretty confident in that. Tom Brady's gonna have a career game against the Patriots. He knows that team inside and out. I think they blow out the Patriots out of the water. That's my best bet of the week.
I'll do mine, and then I'll go to Sis. My underdog of the week is Arizona State against UCLA, getting 3.5. My frauds, that's a top 10 team that I think is going to not cover this week. Ohio State, I think Rutgers covers that 15. And my parlay is going to be Missouri minus 2.5. And Boston College getting 14.5. And Kentucky getting 7.5 against Florida. Kurt.
Yeah, that was my parlay. Was Georgia Tech, the Ravens, and Arizona State. It was a $20 money line parlay. All dogs that gets you back $196 on $20. And also best bet is Boston College. I took them plus 16 early in the week.
Nice. It's down to 14.5, by the way. Jerry, you have any you want to throw out? Or
yeah, I'll just throw out Dallas and the Buccaneers for me. They're my plays of the week.
Sis, and then we'll do Kurt's crazy parlay at the end.
I have Wisconsin, Cincinnati, Iowa, and a 3-team parlay. In a lock of the weekend, Arkansas with 18.5 points.
Like it. Kurt, your crazy parlay, that'll probably take 20 minutes for you to
No, it's not. My crazy parlay, it's actually only 8 teams. How much do you want me to do on it? $10, Kenny, or $20?
We'll do 10.
All right. For $10, I got Wisconsin money line, Notre Dame money line, Alabama minus 14.5, the Vikings money line, Cowboys money line, Giants plus 7, Seattle money line, and Tampa Bay money line. For $10, what do you think that gets back, Kenny?
500?
1,219.
Wow.
You only missed 2 games last week. I told you, I just want you to hit 1 this year, and you'll make people money.
There you go.
That'd be great.
We're only in week 4. You still got plenty of time
$10
to hit one of these.
$10 for that. Come on. All right. Let's go closing thoughts, Kenny. You run it with you. Who you want to go around with?
Let's start.
By the
with,
way, Amari's saying, "Oh man, I love this show."
Thanks, Amari. Love having you too.
Go ahead, Kenny.
Let's start with Joey Clams. Give us your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Big college weekend. Can't wait for the Cincinnati Notre Dame game. And look on my Facebook, Kurt. You're gonna put. I'm gonna send it to Kurt. I get some hot games on Saturday morning. I'm going to send it to Kurt and put them on Saturday and Sunday also.
And we'll put them up on the K&K. We'll put them up on the K&K show, Kenny. Once he gets me the info, we'll post them up.
All right, absolutely. Sis, your final thoughts.
Yep, you guys are haters as far as pick goes, and that's okay because I don't roll that way. The other thing is, I always remember this from Ramapel. Kurt was coaching the freshman team. And he came up in the box because I was on the phone with Coach Breslin. And we were playing Old Japan. And Kurt called his 35 pitch. He said to me, tell Gibbs to run it. And I told Gibbs. He ran it 2 series later, scored a touchdown. After that game, I went to Coach Gibbs and I said to him, you need to take this kid off the freshman team and bring him up to be the secondary coach. And again, I'm not blowing my own horn because that's not my style. I can coach and I can make picks. Thank you.
There you go.
And Carson, tell us where we can find you and your final thoughts.
Yeah, again, shout out to Jerry and Joey for coming on the show. And if you guys want to check out my stuff on Twitch and YouTube, Ticket Time, for all your casino and gambling needs. Live Monday, Wednesday, Saturday on Twitch, Ticket Time YT. And go Spartans, go Lions. And man, I'm serious. Tell me a worse team than the Lions in all of sports. I want to know.
And one last time, Carson.
Oh, the Jets.
Got Joe Namath in the Super Bowl.
One last time. Can you move back so we can see the shirt?
Oh, yeah.
What is that, Kurt?
That's what you call a live miracle, sis. Miracles do happen.
That's 14 months waiting for the shirt.
Yeah,
Back,
9 months waiting for that.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Jerry,
Hey,
I want
Kurt.
to thank you for being our guest picker. Your final thoughts, and where can we find you as well?
Hey, thanks, guys. I'm going to echo Omari, man. I love your show. It's great to be on. Thanks for letting me come on. We've got Rocky Mountain Sports Report. We try to cover as much sports as we possibly can. I'm a Broncos guy through and through. That's all I worry about. So the NFL and the Broncos is where I live. The Rocky Mountain Thunder podcast is my baby that I'm trying to nurture and figure out how to do. The technology beats me up once in a while, but we're getting there. Carson, it's great to hear you. And the Jets are much worse than the Lions.
You guys got a Super Bowl. Lions don't have a Super Bowl.
That might be a worse ownership than
That's
the Lions.
great,
We'll have to
Jerry.
get into that.
That's
We'll have
great.
that discussion next week.
Hey, Kurt, I guess just got one more thing. I got a text from friends of mine that I've been helping them out the last few weeks with picks. Bobby Blue Eyes says, thank you for the new Salvador Ferragamos. Wearing well, Bobby Blue Eyes. And Armando says, surf and turf, Joey, next time we meet. You got it, guys.
There you
There we
go.
go. Kurt, I'm going to go, and then you'll go last. Jerry, anytime you want to come on, the Rocky Mountain guys, you guys do awesome work over there. Me, as a Giants fan, I just enjoy coming on your shows and talking sports with you guys. We got a nice little team going here, East and West, and Carson up north. But anytime any of you guys want to come on our shows, I know we always come on your shows down there in Colorado. My final thoughts, 1-3 Giants on Wednesday. Sis will be wearing a Giants shirt.
Yeah, you're dreaming. You're dreaming.
Let's go. Jameis Winston, 3 interceptions, guaranteed.
Yeah, okay.
Guaranteed.
Put the
Kurt,
pipe down.
up.
Put
My
the pipe
final
down.
thoughts, like Jerry said, all the college games are like little appetizers this week. Bama, all them. My Auburn's on at night. Notre Dame, Cincinnati. But the main show for Jerry and I and Matt and Dave and all the guys is 425. Mr. Lamar Jackson comes into our house against the best defense in football, and the best defense in football will shut him down, shut Baltimore down, Jerry. And next week on your podcast and next week on our show, we will be 4-0. That's my final thoughts.
Nice.
There we go.
That's it, Kenny.
All right. We wish everybody, thank you for comments, everybody. And
All right, time to watch the Yankee game. See you.
See you guys.
Rest in
See you
peace.
guys.
Rest in peace, Coach H. Blue Wolves forever.
Absolutely. And we will have more on for Coach H in the coming days.